And before we do anything, I'm sending these right now, but I just like to say, like, just the fact that you guys are asking questions and watching right now, that means a lot, because ultimately, you know, I'm just a dude, but together, I think we can accomplish something much bigger than what I can accomplish on my own.
That's cool.
So thank you for being a part of this.
We're sending over some links. Talk about some of the links, by the way.
Okay. The lady who started the whole thing that I'm a part of right now, her name is Mia Farrow, and I'm not very good with actors or actresses, but she's an actress, and so I don't know what film she's in or anything, but I guess my respect for her comes not from her acting, but mainly for her stance on Darfur. She's been very active and very public for years now, talking about what's going on over there. And so she decided, I'm going to fast for a certain amount of days to raise awareness for what's going on in Darfur. And it's so funny because I've even read media outlets that would criticize her for this decision. And any criticism that I've received is like, okay, that's fine. If you want to criticize anything, I totally will take it, as long as you write a big, long article on Darfur, because that's ultimately what this is all about.
Any press is good
Any
press,
press
pretty
on
much,
Darfur is good press, even if it's bad press on me. So
yeah.
if you want to write a bad article about me, I'm in for it, as long as you talk about the facts on Darfur.
Just don't put it on Conversant.
You can do whatever. Actually, put it on Conversant. As long as we're talking about Darfur, that's the point. So yeah, what I'm putting down are
You send those.
a bunch of links. Yeah, there's some videos in here. There's some. I mean, for me, video is often a really powerful thing, because I feel like videos can kind of help me understand what's happening in a different way. And so there's videos, there's news links, there's articles from Philadelphia Inquirer, I think it is. There's a bunch of different pages from various news sources on what's going on in Darfur, and there's also a few links on how you can get involved. So.
And now, speaking of getting involved, and we're always talking about this, is the best thing to write a congressman? Is it to, say you're a musician, maybe to do a concert? Would it be to go over there and tangibly help? Like, what are some tangible ideas that I think people can do? Should they fast?
They can do that here. I'm sending over a whole slew of other links as well. I think effectively, what's interesting is a lot of congressmen are beginning to fast, along with other folks. So that's huge, because I feel like that shows ultimately that people care in Washington.
Yeah.
We do have the power with our politics to change things. A lot of times I think of power and I think of it just has a nasty connotation to me. I feel like I have a natural mistrust of politicians, and feel a little bit leery when they start talking. And on the flip side of that, we come from a nation with extraordinary wealth, with extraordinary power and extraordinary sway at the UN. So we can use that in two ways, for good or for bad.
Yeah.
And ultimately, we are declaring with our power, with our money, and with our sway, what is important to us. For a while, we've said what is important to us is international dominance and oil. I mean, to the rest of the world, that's what we've said.
We're communicating that.
Yeah, here's a real chance that we can say human life is valuable. Human life is precious.
Couple more questions from people. This is from Mike Trav. Any chance that the topic, or even the fast, or Darfur in general, has that inspired you as an artist at all? Like, has any songs kind of come out of it? Any art come out of it?
Man, nope, not yet. I'm still
Still working on it. Yeah.
it kind of, to me, I'm still too emotional about it. I feel like for me to write a song about it now would just be like
Yeah.
disaster. But
Yeah.
maybe someday down the road.
And then these are some of these questions are like beyond, just asking you. I think they're questions almost for God or anybody. Like why is Africa such a magnet for crisis? Do you think?
Oh man,
Like that comes from art, by the way. Thanks, art.
I was thinking about that this morning. I was thinking about the weapons that we've developed in the Western world, and I had a chance to go to the Winchester House the other day, which is the wife of the man who made Winchester rifles and many of the guns that were bought actually by the army. And I think that we have, with any great sort of technological advancement, there comes an incredible amount of responsibility. And I feel with technology we have used none of that responsibility, and we're reaping the consequences. That we've just made weapons readily available for the right price for anyone, and I feel like the world's the worst place for it.
Yeah.
I don't know why Africa is the magnet for it, but I feel like you have ultimately people living in such poverty that I don't know. You give one man all this power, and suddenly you have a disaster. What's that statement? Power corrupts ultimately, and ultimate power corrupts.
Yeah.
Absolutely, or something like that. Yeah, it's definitely true.
That's great. And then Concrete Girl asks, how has this fast helped you grow closer to God or made you more spiritual? Has it? Have you, maybe just go over some of the insights that maybe some of the revelations, the ideas that you've, or maybe you're still in process of it, but just if
Yeah.
you can be honest about where you're at right now, apart from, man, I'm really hungry.
Yeah. No, I feel, I mean, I feel like the fast has definitely brought out a little bit of that element. I think that so much of this particular fast has been so public that that has been a little bit diluted.
Yeah.
But I definitely have been, asking God a lot of questions about why things are happening the way they are in Darfur.
Well, Jon, I think we're out of time, but thanks so much for taking us here to your studio and talking about this, and again, just opening this conversation up to the online community. We really appreciate that. Is there anything, parting words about Darfur or ways people can get involved? I mean, it's so important.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my final statement would be, I'm so thankful that you're here, being a part of this. If anything, I hope that this is simply a spark that lights a fire. I don't feel like I have all the answers or all the information even, but I know enough, and I know enough to not just be silent about the issue. So with that said, you go be sparks, go light fires, be a part of this. I mean, the first step, I feel like the most obvious step is some sort of political pressure to allow other foreign aid back into Darfur. And then beyond that, there's a million things that need to be done. But thank you so much for being here. Go on and light a fire.
And all those links that Jon set to you guys via the chat, if you guys want to come back, they're going to be on ConversantLife.com. Keep on coming back to this page and Conversant. We're going to keep you updated on stuff, and we're going to give you tangible ways to get involved. So thanks so much for coming, guys. The video of this will be up shortly, so you guys can send it out to your friends, and we appreciate it. Jon, thanks so much for hanging out with us, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for being here.
All right. We'll talk to you guys soon.